Welcome to the Nakedly You podcast. My name is Mafalda, and I'm inviting you to talk about bodies and how to be with them. I'm also bringing some guests every week, and sometimes the guest is me. I hope you enjoy it. Hey guys, hello. As you can see on the other side, I have an amazing person here today. I invited her. She's one of my, I would say, favorite people of all times. Her name is Viviane, but we call her Vivi for shorter. But she will let you know more about her. So, welcome to this episode. Thank you, Vivi, for you to be here and to accept my invitation to come and talk a little bit.
Thank you so much, Mafalda, for inviting me. You can say I'm one of your favorite person because you are my favorite person and you are stealing my line. Okay.
Oh, you are so welcome.
That's my line.
But no worries, don't worry. So, guys, one of the reasons, and as you already know, the podcast is named Nakedly You, and one of the reasons that I invited Vivi here to come and chat with her and with us and with you guys, and if you have questions, she will be able to maybe give you some answers later if you choose to comment below. But one of the things that I really enjoy about Vivi is the way that she always it's not a making, but it's a forcing without a force to make me be more of myself.
I do.
And you do. She's like, me? I don't know her. But she does, and that's for me the reason that I invited you here today is you are very special to me, and it's amazing how you invite me to be more of me, and this podcast is really about this, me becoming more of me, and everybody that comes here has a huge contribution to that. So I would like you, if you can, to tell a little bit about yourself and what you do if you want, but really a little bit about yourself that for me it's really special. And I would like more people to know you and to know more about you.
Oh, thank you. It's like nowadays, what I look about myself that get me amazed. And I know it sounds, if you're Brazilian, especially to say something like that, it's like, are you lunatic? Are you delusional? But because sometimes when I look back, when I was a kid, there were some things that I would do that nobody taught me to. And it would be the core of my being or even my principles, if you prefer this kind of word. And one of those things is like be willing to put myself in the other person's shoes. When I talk to somebody, when I ask something, when I need something, okay, will this be comfortable for the other person? And I always did that when I was a kid. And then life came, and and it is so funny because I made myself wrong so fiercely. And sometimes when I think I can't do something, I just remind myself how much effort I put in making myself wrong. And I make myself wrong so fiercely and so profoundly. And all those things that I had that were mine, I could make it wrong and make it not work, and could prove to myself that it wasn't working. But this sense of wrongness was like a real gift for me, because from that I start searching for an answer, searching for relief, because the other way it would mean like life's not enough. Life, it's that isn't, it doesn't make sense to live in a place like this, in a world like this. So I was always looking for more, and that there was, I see now that that's the only way I had to search for the things I could be able to find and reach. So there is no wrongness. It's just the path that is available at that moment. That's what I got. And now I am not a professional searcher, which I called myself for a long time. I entitle myself as a professional searcher. Now I'm not that anymore. Although I like to search and I like to research, I am okay, how to say that in English? I see myself as a discover, but of me, like if I have a gift to the world that I don't know about, it's with admiration, with enthusiasm that I will figure what it is and how can I be that. And what I learned that I like the most is to laugh about the things I say and the things I do. I think I'm like so clumsy, and well, why would I
I
take
would
it serious?
say, yeah, I would say for me, one of the things that I love about Vivi, and this is one of the things that invited me to be more of me instead of trying to pretend something that I'm not, is that Vivi is a goofball. She's always
What?
playing. You are a goofball. I mean, for everybody that does not know, Vivi is from Brazil. Vivi is Brazilian,
Yeah.
and sometimes for us that are non-native English speakers, some words are a bit far away from our way of speaking, but it's
Our comfort zone.
exactly. But that's for me one of the things that invite me for being, for not having filters, is that you are a goofball with everything. You are someone that invites me to play all the time. So how is it for you? I'm not sure if it's the the question. It's the what made you play with everything that you are every time, because you are always playing with stuff. And for me, when at least when she's around me, guys, for those of you that know her and she's not like that, I don't want to know. But for me,
You
she's
know,
that kind of person.
so I get that less often nowadays, but I always get like, I'm afraid of you. People say that a lot to me. Yeah. Because when I'm walking or when I'm just doing stuff and not talking, I have a very, very like serious face, like business face. And so people see me walking and running errands, they're like, oh, she must be trouble. I won't get there. And no, I think that because I was judging myself so much of the all the time, making myself wrong, like like before breathing even, I create this space where I could have a release system. I remember a long time ago, like not so long actually, maybe 5 years ago, I was in such a level of stress that I have to park in the middle of the road in order to play like Candy Crush or something, because it would help me to release the stress. I was so stressed, and driving was so you don't have much to do when you're driving, and I have to have this valve, this release system to my mind. So I would park and start playing. And I was back then, I was like, okay, this is not working, because if I wouldn't pay attention, I would pick up the phone and start playing when I was driving. So I have, this is
Yeah.
not work. I couldn't wait until I get somewhere. I was so angst. I couldn't wait till I get somewhere. Do you get that? Like I'm doing a 10-minute drive and I can't get there. I have to stop. It's not about the drama. I'm just trying to create a picture.
Yeah.
So I said, okay, this is not going to work. And I said something I was doing an audio message to someone, and I said something, and I had some numbers in the middle, and somehow it tickled my brain. And from that moment, I am willing to laugh. It's like, it was like a switch that a level of stress reached, that, okay, I'm willing to laugh. I'm not willing to make anything so serious that I can't drive anymore, that I can't do anything, because my mind won't take it, because it's so full, you know. Am I making sense?
Yeah, actually you are, because for me, I know you as the play person, the person that's always looking at some playfulness and have the lightness and the fun of the stuff. And that's for me why I'm asking, were you like this all the time, or is it something that you acquired over time because you required? And that's for me, that makes sense what you're saying in terms of, I was not like that, and somehow in one moment I could start being a different person. And that's for me one of the things that I've been looking at with the people that I have conversations, and that's one of the reasons I wanted to invite you, oh my goodness, to invite you, is that people are changing, people are requiring to change at this moment in time, because
Yeah.
the stress, just goodness words, the stress levels are so high at this point. And for me to have someone like you in my life that really allows me to be me, and regardless of everything else, that's for me, it's such a gift. And for that I can only say thank you. And I'm truly grateful for that, because, and this is not meant to be a serious conversation, but that's the truth. And and that's one of the things that I wanted to ask you about, is like, um, gratitude, the things that people are, because you do a work, that you work with people, and a lot of times probably this happens to you, people that are grateful to you and grateful for you, for what you be in their lives. So how do you deal with people in stress? This is my first question. And how do you deal with people that are grateful for who you be in their lives?
Okay, before that, can I just say one thing?
Yes.
Yep, the memories I have when I was really small, like I was always playful. And then all those things came, you know, all that wrongness came and took the playfulness away. And I think it was like this level of stress that, okay, there must be a changing point here. And then I got it back. So I'm not sure how much is change and how much is like being willing to find my roots of who I really be.
Yeah.
So, and I don't think about it. I don't think it's something I must put time and effort thinking about it. Just maybe it's not about changing on in a sense of, okay, I'm so wrong and let me be something else. It's about what I actually be that I'm not being, that if I'm willing to, this would be so much easier. And how do I deal with the stress, people? I breathe.
That's a good strategy. I mean,
Yeah,
as good as any other.
because if the person is too stressed, anything you do can make the bubble burst. You know, anything can be too much. So one step back, don't enter the space too much, one step back and breathe. And from that, you get yourself more centered, and you can like be this, and the person can mimic it if she wants to. And but you can also see what is required,
Yeah.
because otherwise you end up going with the flow and you don't notice. You react to that stress and you don't even notice. But when I generally, when I give a step back and breathe, the other person, okay, it's not, I'm not there yet, I'm not on the cliff yet, okay, there is time, okay, there is possibility, okay, you know. It sounds too simple. I know.
I mean, for some, but not for, and that's for me, that's very interesting how you describe it, because most of the people that I dealt with that were stressed, or when I was stressed, people usually come to enter our world and try to
Let me
solve
fix for
everything, like,
you.
exactly, let me do that for you. And that's for me is really weird. And because you had this, and that's one of the things that I want to return before you go to the gratitude part that of my question is, when you clicked, when the things clicked for you, regarding the that audio message, did something change, like, and it was a one time change, or did
Yes.
you have like something else to it?
It was a one-time change. And what I see now is that I acknowledge and embrace it. So it had a ripple effect.
Cool.
Maybe if I didn't acknowledge, if I make, oh, this is nothing, this is like, I'm so crazy that I'm laughing about, I'm so stressed that I'm laughing,
Yeah.
I probably wouldn't have gone forward with it. I think I said it wrong anyway. So, but the being willing to, okay, this is happening, this is real, and I'm choosing that, or I'm embracing that. Wow, that like that settled in me. And after that, it created a ripple effect without having to do anything. What I really did was acknowledging and not resisting.
That's very interesting. That's very cool, because most people are looking for people that, and this is an episode a little bit about the strategies, and for me, how much you've been willing to be that for me in so many cases, because even if that's one of the things for me that is very specific, when, or very interesting even, is that those people that are willing to be that for you, regardless of where they know it or not. And for me, you are one of those kind of people that, regardless of me telling you something that is going on with my life, like, Vivi, something is going on, can you help me? Or if I don't say anything, but I'm struggling with somebody or something or anything, there is always a space that you come in and say, hi, how are you? Or everything great with you, you know? Because for me, I'm not a very, and for me, doing this podcast is very interesting and different, because this exposes it's an more than expose me, it's like this forces me to take off the mask that I have of I'm strong, everything is good in my life, you know? Because I have people in my life like you that are really, they're my gift. There are the people that really go in and mess things up, and but mess things up with happiness, you know. And that's for me, it's like I want to invite Vivi to come here, because she's this bomb of joy that comes into my world, that makes me laugh regardless of me telling her something is going on or nothing is going on, you know, or even if it's a uh, you know. And that's for me, and that's for me when I enter the gratitude of you, of um being there, you know, being there for me, being there for everything that I require when I require, even if you know it or not.
Wow,
that that's one
thank
of the
you.
things that I wanted to you're also welcome. And that's one of the things that I wanted to ask you is like, how do you deal with people's gratitude for you in their world?
I think it's a little bit tricky because, well, if you were willing to contribute, you have to be willing to contribute, even if it doesn't show up the way you think. Like, I give to my sister a flying ticket and hotel so she could go to the beach for a couple of days because I know how stressed she is and she has kids. And I don't know. I just wish she and her husband could stay away a while from the kids, you know. And it got a lot of stress because the dates won't work, and the husband would like to take the kids. You know, I did something that I really want to would contribute, and it ended up creating more stress. So when you are willing to contribute, you have to know that things won't show up the way you would like to. And you have to know that sometimes people won't have gratitude for you. And when they do, it doesn't mean anything. And I know this can be ugly to listen, but oh, because you were saying you have gratitude for me now, it doesn't mean you will change the way you act. It doesn't mean it will change the way you are, who you are, and what you choose. It just means that somehow you received something I did. Somehow you saw that something good has something good. And what I do most of the time, okay, I'm so happy I could like be change your world, even if for a second, even if with the smallest thing, but let's move on. Because I don't know, I have this fear, I would say, that I won't get over myself if I give it too much value or importance,
Mm.
or I would expect things from people that they won't do it. So I just I know that's not what you thought I would say.
I mean, this is about being nakedly you, and that's one of the things that I enjoy about this podcast is that I ask the questions even to myself when I have interviews from me to to myself, you know. But it never, and that's one of the things that I've learned. It never shows up the way you think it will, because and for me, when I asked the question, I really and truly wanted to know what you have to say, not like, oh, she's going to say whatever I think she's going to say. And that's why I gave the name to this podcast. And I think in a way the podcast named itself. But it's like, this is not about the answer that I expect, but the true, what is going truly going on with people. And they,
I know, and I didn't mean otherwise. It's just
yeah,
that my answer wasn't a proper consciousness person answer, you know.
yeah, but it's, you
That's what I
know,
meant.
yeah, but that's the thing, you know. And that's what I love about this baby that is growing. It's like, this is not about the proper answer. And that's why I love you, because you are not about a proper answer. You are about to, you just, if you just enter and you say what you get, it's going to work, or what you get is going to contribute, whatever that is. And that's, for me, it's the beauty of having you here. It's like, you are such a different person from most of the people that I have in my life. And I'm not disregarding anybody in my life because you are better or worse. It's just, you are very different. And for me, a few years ago, I asked for people that are truly a contribution to me growing as a person, even if that means people telling me ugly stuff, you know. When I say ugly, in a air quotes,
Big
I
time.
mean, it doesn't mean that they are ugly because they should not be said, but they are not exactly what I expect. And that's, for me, it's the beauty of you.
Thank
Truly,
you.
is like, you give to me whatever works in that moment, whatever the word is.
In that moment, yes. I'm also willing to see something else. Thank goodness. And I, with that note, I would like to say that the thing that happened with the electrician the other day, when I gave time to it, I could realize that I wasn't functioning from my space, that I was functioning with money for years. And there was a gift to be able to see that I wasn't functioning from that anymore. And
Yeah.
just that, you
Can you, do
know,
do you want to share? the story at least a little bit for people to know what you're talking about? Because I
Yeah,
know, but they don't.
I don't mind, but please do share because I'm over that story and I can't tell anymore. I will tell with so little words, people won't make any sense of it. But if you can,
I mean, it's a very simple story. It's like so Vivi wanted to have an aircon in her place, and the electricity, um, the way the house is wired was not working for the AC. So she had to find someone to make it work, and that's for me was a beautiful thing. And some stuff were going on with that situation. She contacted the air conditioning company, and it didn't work. She had to find somebody else, and they provide someone to do the job. So the guy came, and it was like he said that it's going to take so much time to do it and all of that, and she said, okay, whatever it takes, I want this done, figure it out, I don't care, as soon as possible. I think it's some along those lines.
pretty much that. Yeah.
So the guy came with the thing, and and he even said that he would bring someone to help him because it was a lot of work. So the guy came, and instead of taking almost 2 days, that was the thing that he said he would, it took him like 3 hours, 4 hours.
Even less than
Okay,
3 hours with a lunch break in the middle.
I mean, and another guy to put it together. And the guy asked for a huge amount of money for something that, because of the timely costs of the hourly costs, whatever. And the things were like, I would say that the thing that showed up was a little bit of you. I mean, if it was like, for what I got, like the guy tried to con me into something that he didn't do, and he's pretending he did. And we had a conversation, a very interesting conversation, because we were talking about, is it about the money, is it about the fact that the person is trying to trick you into something that you already knew he would. So it was a bunch of questions. And what came up of that conversation, and for me, I would say I'm very grateful for those kind of conversations, when you have someone that is willing to listen to what they are doing. And that's for me was brilliant, in terms of, we so for those of you that already saw the other episodes, we are both access consciousness facilitators, and one of the tools that we use are questions. And the questions really showed up a different thing that you were looking at.
Yeah.
Yeah. And having this been, I don't know, we were on the phone for half an hour, I don't remember. It was not a very
Something
long
like
period.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was less than an hour, I think.
Changing like that. And now it's being like, oh, it's done, I have AC in my place, it's good.
And
Instead of going,
let's
yeah,
face
yeah.
it, we love to talk. Otherwise, it would be faster.
That's true. That's true. We enjoy talking, and I mean, we are talking now, so. Um, but it really is, and that's one of the things that I adore about you, is like the willingness to um, look at the different possibility.
Yeah, it took me a while to be able to do that because in the first time, at that time, I was just like rage, wrath, you know, "Ah, who can I kill? Is it now? Can I kill now? Something to kill." Okay, okay, my Oscar. And then I could get to this point to see how much I create that and what else was possible. And the gift, it was the gift, that the gift was hidden there. Like a long time ago, my mom has a cookie business, let's put it this way. And I work with her. We're kind of partners. And but she always had more fame than money. So people would treat her like, oh, okay, you're son of that lady. And they would charge me more because of that. So I realized that I was cutting my money flows because of that. When I was really young, I decided that I wouldn't be con. So when this electrician, this Smith, I don't know how to say that. I
It's
know
good.
that
It's good.
it's some there's myth in the middle, in the end of some professions, and I think it's so. I like that, but I don't know if say electricity is myth or something. Well, whatever. uh, when this guy came, I could notice that I was aware of what he was doing, and I could find reason and justifications to hire him anyway. And after that, after all the rage was gone, and I could see that this was showing me, this was letting me acknowledge that this pattern of, okay, I will cut my money so I won't be cheated, was gone. And just like I created the money to pay him, I can create the money to pay whatever I want. So it's not a thing. To acknowledge the gift and the possibility for me is much greater than the money. And this is also a gift because from time to time I sit and ask myself, what is greater than money? What is greater than money? If you think that money is in these realities is the thing, the carrot you shake in front of the donkey. So what is greater than money? And this is already like a sign for me. I'm vocal
Yeah.
crying, just noticed. So funny. Why am I doing that?
Oh goodness. So for all of you, Vivi said a very interesting word that does not exist in the English vocabulary, which is acknowledge, which is a mix in between acknowledging and recognize. Acknowledge.
You did that too. You said two words together. What did you say? I didn't want to interrupt you. We do that so often, and sometimes you don't notice when
Yeah,
we
that's
put
true.
two words together and make just one.
But that's
Am
that's
I?
the funny word because the first person that I heard saying that was Francesca Fiorentini. If you don't know her, just go ahead and Google her because she's amazing. Um, and I can add a
Jeez.
link below in the video the video. Yeah, goodness, but it's like somewhere around there. uh, and she was the first person that she's Italian. So when she was asking a question, she was trying to say acknowledging, and she said acknowledge. Um, and it started to be a thing for the access consciousness world, which means all the people that already did classes and courses and all of that with access consciousness. A word that is the combination between acknowledging and recognizing. Yes, that's it. Yeah.
Yes, I
So,
do
and it
think
was
that. Sorry, go
amazing.
ahead.
No, I was just saying that that's an amazing word, and I wanted to just give some information that might help, maybe.
Yeah, and so often we say something and it doesn't get through with everything you want to say. When you can put two words together and make even more juicy, it's amazing. And sometimes I interrupt myself when I do that because I do that without thinking, and I interrupt myself to explain, and I notice the person always got what I meant. So it's so funny. Can that be like an evolution of the communication?
Maybe, I mean, why not? There are so many words that we are starting to put together to create new vocabulary. So might be something going on there.
Yeah.
Yeah, but okay. After the acknowledging thing, and that's a very interesting story that you put there because usually, for me now I'm very I'm way faster than I used to be in the area of getting myself out of the I'm going to kill somebody, uh and that's for me, it's the beauty of the tools that we know, which is like whatever the tool that is, whatever that is, um just to give us the space to have that in our world, but also give us the space to get say bye bye to all of that when it's no longer required or it's no longer fun. So, and bringing the fun to the business here. Sorry, Simone. I'm quoting Simone Milas's bringing the fun back to business. So anyway, um, this is very, very interesting in terms of what is for you nowadays fun. What is it that you have in your life that is fun?
I think nothing is fun.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Why did I ask? No, I'm joking.
You know, just like I think it comes from inside. That's what I meant. It's not something that you get with anticipation of with the right formula, like this amount of this amount of that, and or external factors. No, it's just from within. And what is you have to know that everything fun has an expiring date, and it's not wrong, and you did not do something wrong about it. You can like sit on in front of the TV and watch something, and it's fun for 10 minutes, and then it's not fun anymore, but you have like back there in the mind somewhere, you were like, okay, let me keep trying watching this because it will be fun again. And you spend like 2 or 3 hours in front of the television, and it's just not fun anymore, and that's okay.
Yeah.
And you don't have to think, oh, I got bored, oh, this happened, oh, I got distracted. You don't have to understand. You just have to know that fun doesn't make sense. Fun pops, gifts you, invites you, and that's it. It's like a choice. It's not big deal. It doesn't make sense. It can sometimes something can be fun and sometimes cannot, the same thing. Like if you try to create a formula, for instance, I really love gray days. And okay, if I wake up and it's a gray day and it's 20 degrees or less, and I don't feel like tired, so I can get happy or have fun. It doesn't work.
Yeah.
I tried that.
I've tried, guys. It doesn't work. Try something else.
Yeah. Don't waste your time. There is no formula, there is nothing. It doesn't rely on anything.
Yeah. That's a very interesting idea because, yeah, it makes total sense, at least to me. At least to me. Yeah. That's very
So if
interesting.
maybe if everything is energy, fun is also an energy. And like how do you say beija-flor?
A colibri, I think.
Colibri is in Portuguese as
I
well.
have no
I
word.
think it's hummingbird.
Hummingbird, that's true.
Yeah,
So,
like
guys, for all of you that don't know Portuguese, you have two words.
you do. So you have a hummingbird that comes, and when it wants to go, it goes.
Yeah.
And do you want to follow along, or do you want to choose something else? Do you want to invite another one? Maybe it's just an energy that is flowing through the universe. So if can you be like in a vibe that is inviting that kind of energy?
Yeah.
And what can you choose from within about you? I remember Gary Douglas, founder of Access Consciousness, once said that anything can be fun if you have the right point of view about it. He didn't said exactly those words, but that's what I got.
Something
Yeah,
along those lines, guys.
yeah. So if you have no point of view, or if you are willing to have a point of view that could be fun, anything can be fun, and you can
Yeah.
make anything fun. Like I like to cook, but I like to be creative in the kitchen, and I like to be fast. If I have to stay all day long in front of the oven, oh, that won't work. Or if I have to do the same thing every day, that won't work. But if I open the cabin, okay, what can I create here? So that is fun.
Yeah.
So what works for you? What makes it fun for you? Are you willing to figure it out? And are you willing to figure it out every day? Because every day can be different. And you don't have to be bored anymore.
That's amazing. That's amazing. Wow. I'm like, wow. Yeah, and that's such a different point of view about it. I'm You made me lose my words. Made me lose my words. Oh my goodness. You made me lost. I'm lost, guys. I'm lost. I'm like not even the language works anymore. So I mean,
There is
give
some
give
music.
it up to Jesus.
I think it's Amazing Grace that says, I was lost, now I'm found. Do you do that? I don't think I'm the only brain. I don't think I have the only brain that does that. Like if you listen to a word or a sentence, you remember a music instantly.
Oh yeah.
I would like to make money out of it.
What would it take, What
What
would
would
it
it
take?
take?
I'm like, yeah, what would it take? I mean, it can always be Google. I mean, not even Google can do that. I mean, no, doesn't work. You can make money out of it. I'm sure of it. So if you could say anything, or if you could give anybody some information or something, say something that just because one of the things, and that's one of the things I wanted to chat with you, because we are in at least um, this month of September is one of the months that is really playing with it's called the yellow month, yellow September, at least within Access Consciousness, but a lot of entities are playing with that. So it's the month of suicidal awareness, and the people that are, let's face it, this last year was a bit rough for a lot of people. So if you had everybody here and you could tell them anything, whatever you want to say, what would you tell all of them? All of the stressed people, even depressed ones, suicidal ones.
Well, I was a very depressed teenager, and I sometimes I wanted to end my life in the past, and in the end I was cutting myself. And I don't know if I should say that, because okay, maybe the world will like banish me to another planet now, but when I was cutting myself, it was a gift. I was feeling so much pain that I didn't even know it wasn't mine. But I was feeling so much pain that the time I was doing that, those seconds I would do that, it was a moment of just relief. So it doesn't matter where you are. It doesn't matter how you feel. Things can change. Know that. Sometimes you will require some help. Sometimes you will require someone to show you the way. Yes, but it is always you who walks the path. No one can walk for you. So if you are like feeling stress or angst or whatever you are feeling, it's not the end of the world. It may sound like, and if you need to sound like it's the end of the world, you can do that. But remember, it's not bigger than you, even so. Okay. And most thing, since this September, Yellow September started 2 years ago, I noticed that September was always a wonky month for me. It wasn't before, because at the same time, we're asking people, hey, be aware. Some people, they're thinking about ending their lives. Maybe someone near you. This is an issue. This is happening. Can we please look at that? Can you please change that? Can you please give a hand to those people? But at the same time, we end up thinking much more about it. So it's like a foggy cloud everywhere. And it all passed. It all passed. It shall pass.
It all passed. Yeah.
Yeah. So give it a time. If it's too much for you, relax and breathe. Okay, this is too much. No one said you should take anything more than you can handle. Just breathe. Just give one step back and breathe. That's okay. Maybe tomorrow is not too much. Maybe you can choose something else. There is no one in the world more powerful than you to deal with your life. There is no one that knows more about your life than you. So even if someone helps you, and I got people helping me, yes. Even if someone helps you, you are the one with the power. And when I had people helping me, the big thing about it was like, wow, someone saw me. I'm worth of kindness. That's what moved me the most. I'm worth of kindness. I'm worth of good. And it put me on a state to walk, to rise and walk. No one can walk for you. Yeah. But you can stay put, you can stay down for as much as you need to. And when you're ready, you will rise and you will walk. And there's nothing wrong with that. Yeah. Because when you are like down, what you do the most is like, there's something wrong. I should do something different. Oh, I should try something else. I should do this. And you were like judging yourself so much, and you are putting so much resistance, and anything that you resist lingers. Anything that you resist persists. So if you're just, okay, the best I can do today is lay and turn the AC the maximum so I can cover my head with the blanket. That's the best I can do. Okay, you were doing your best. Congratulations. What else is possible tomorrow? And if someone calls you, please answer. That's on you. Don't wait for someone, but don't do and stop doing your part.
Yeah, that's brilliant. So for everybody that enjoyed our conversation, and for those of you that look at our conversation and go like, how did these ladies come from this to that to that? It's our life. When we talk, nothing makes sense, and all makes sense.
I think everything makes sense.
Exactly. Like, but I get that sometimes.
Circle.
Exactly. Sometimes people are like, how did this went to that and to that? I don't know, guys.
It's like a puzzle.
Exactly.
For me, it's amazing. I started talking about something in the beginning, and then you said something, and I was like, okay, but it matches with that. And it matches with... I'm sorry. I have a weird brain.
Me too. I mean, I can go to any place from any space. So if anybody wants to reach out to you and would like to have you as a person in their lives, what do they have to do?
Well, you can go to my website, viviaraujo.com, or you can find
below. We will write down for you.
Or
do you have a website?
Yeah, I do.
What more?
What?
What more? What do
Oh,
you
you
have
can.
more?
I have an Instagram like CNP. I don't know. I have to type. I can think. Yeah, below. Or you can find me on Facebook. I don't have a professional Facebook. It's just Vivi Araujo. You will see that I have like 1,000 lookalike. It's not lookalike. How do you say?
What do you mean?
Uh, Shara.
What?
Shara.
I don't know.
When the person has the same name as you do.
Oh, it's yeah, it's anyway, worst people at this time, words. So I mean, I don't know. I don't remember. Maybe when she says
Namesake, according to Google, namesake. But there is another word that is more fun than that.
so. Yeah, when the person has you have another person with the same name.
Yeah, if you go to Facebook, you will see my name is so common. It's like John Smith for Americans.
I'll give you the links, guys. It will be down below. They are already down below. I mean, we are pre-recording this. So I'm like, so I really want to thank you for just accepting my invitation and coming to chat with me for a little bit. It's not a long conversation, but for me it's a
Kidding?
nice conversation.
Of course I would come. I adore talking to you. I adore you.
Oh, thank you.
Just have some voyeur people this time.
Exactly. So if you want to reach out to Vivi and know more about her, she is from Brazil. That's why she's always hot. She's hot regardless, but she's always hot with the weather. But anyway, moving forward. She's hot. Um, so she speaks Portuguese. So if you speak Portuguese or would like to speak Portuguese, she's your girl.
I'm your girl.
Thank you, Vivi, for everything. I really enjoyed having this conversation. And we will chat soon and we will have a new episode next week. So
Yay!
thank you for having
you.
me and putting up to me.
Oh, come on. Thank you. It was a blast. Thank you so much.
Thank
Thank you,
you.
everyone, to take your
Thank you.
time to listen to us. And I hope this contributed in some way in your world. Thank you.
Thank you, guys.